Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Quality Talks, where we break down ISO standards in a simple, fun, and relatable way for small and medium sized manufacturing businesses. I'm Aarav.
And I'm Maya. Today we're diving into Clause 4.4 of ISO 9001 2015, Quality Management System and its processes. Aarav, let's get started. What's this clause all about?
Good question, Maya. Clause 4.4 focuses on how an organization should establish, implement, maintain, and continuously improve its quality management system, or QMS. At its core, it's about identifying and managing the processes that make the organization tick.
Processes. You mean like how things flow in an organization?
Exactly. Think of processes as the building blocks of your operations. For manufacturing companies, examples could be production, quality control, stores, purchasing, sales, and design. Each of these plays a role in delivering a quality product to the customer.
Okay, that makes sense. But Aarav, processes and departments often overlap in organizations, right?
You're spot on, Maya. In many cases, a process may span multiple departments. Take the supply chain, for instance. It involves purchasing, stores, and logistics. Even though these might be separate departments, they collectively contribute to the supply chain process.
Got it. And sometimes one department might handle multiple processes, right?
Absolutely. Let's say you have a sales department. Within it, you might have domestic sales and international sales. While these could be considered two separate processes, they still fall under the broader umbrella of sales.
That's interesting. So the first step is identifying all these processes. What's next?
Once you've identified the processes, the standard says you need to determine a few key things. 1. Inputs and outputs. What goes into the process and what you expect to get out of it. For example, in production, raw materials are the input, and finished goods are the output. 2. Sequence and interaction. How processes are connected. For instance, production depends on stores for raw materials, and stores rely on purchasing to procure those materials.
Like pieces of a puzzle that fit together to form the bigger picture.
Exactly. Next, you need to define the criteria and methods to monitor and measure the performance of these processes. This could include things like key performance indicators, KPIs, or quality checks.
And what about resources?
Another great point, Maya. You need to ensure resources like manpower, machines, or even software are available for the processes to function effectively. And don't forget to assign clear responsibilities and authorities for each process.
Makes sense. But Aarav, businesses face risks all the time. How does Clause 4.4 address that?
Good question. The standard requires you to identify risks and opportunities for each process. For instance, in purchasing, a risk could be supplier delays, while an opportunity could be finding a more cost-effective supplier.
And what happens if a process isn't achieving its goal?
Then you evaluate and improve it. Continuous improvement is a cornerstone of ISO 9001. If a process isn't delivering the expected output, you make adjustments, whether it's tweaking the method, providing more training, or upgrading equipment.
And documented information, that's important too, right?
Absolutely. The standard emphasizes maintaining and retaining documentation. This helps ensure processes are carried out as planned and provides confidence to everyone involved, employees, customers, and even auditors.
Aarav, this sounds like a lot to manage. How would you simplify this for a small manufacturing business?
Start small, Maya. Begin by listing your core processes like production, quality control, and sales. Map out how they interact and identify what's needed to make them effective. Use simple checklists or flowcharts to document them.
That sounds manageable. Before we wrap up, can you share a quick analogy to tie this all together?
Sure, think of your organization as a car. Each process is like a different part of the car: the engine, the wheels, the steering. For the car to run smoothly, all parts need to work together seamlessly. And just like you'd monitor fuel levels or check tire pressure, you monitor and improve your processes to keep the car, or in this case, your organization, moving forward.
I love that analogy. It really simplifies the concept.
Glad you liked it. That's all for today's episode of Quality Talks. If you have questions or topics you'd like us to cover, drop us a message.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Remember, quality isn't just a standard, it's a way of working smarter. Until next time, stay curious and stay committed to improvement.